my Storytime friends, and welcome to those of you who signed up for our Up the Beanstalk program. That program is, of course, Jack the Beanstalk themed, as is this story time. But before we get into that magical fairy tale, let's start off with our opening song, Open, Shut Them. So get your fingers and hands ready. Open, shut them, give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, crawl them, right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not put them in. Good job! Now let's get to our story for today. Today we are reading Jack and the Beanstalk, adapted by Mara Alperin and illustrated by Mark Chambers. Jack and the Beanstalk. Deep in the countryside lived a widow and her son, Jack. Their cottage was crumbling and their clothes were patched. They were very, very poor. One day, Jack's mother said, "We must sell our cow. Take her to the market, Jack, and bring home some gold pieces." And so he set off to town. But before Jack had gotten very far, he met a strange little man. "That's a fine cow," the man said. "I'll swap you 5 magic beans for her." "Magic beans?" said Jack. "Are they really magic?" "Magic they are, or chop off my beard and knit it into a jumper," croaked the little man. Magic beans! Jack couldn't wait to tell his mother. He clutched them tightly and ran all the way home. Now Jack's mother wanted him to bring home gold pieces. Do you think she's going to be happy about magic beans? Let's see. Jack's mother was furious. "We need money, not useless old beans," she cried, and she threw them out the window in disgust. But late that night, a tiny bean sprout poked out from the ground, and then it grew and grew and grew. The next morning, the beanstalk stretched high into the sky. "The beans were magic," Jack cried. "But what's at the top?" Jack climbed up, up, up the beanstalk. At last he reached the very top. There, shimmering in the sunlight, was a magnificent castle. Just then Jack's stomach rumbled. "I must find some breakfast," he thought, and he tapped on the castle door. The door creaked open, and a huge giantess smiled down. "Hello!" Jack shouted up. "Please, do you have any food?" "You poor thing!" boomed the giantess. "Come right in, but quickly, before the giant gets up." What a marvelous feast! There was an enormous loaf of bread and a gigantic jar of jelly. Jack dug in at once. But suddenly the room began to shake. Boom! 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 "Oh my goodness!" cried the giantess. "He's coming!" And she shoved Jack under a teacup to hide. Into the room stomped a big, scary, hungry giant. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman," he said. "Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Don't be silly, there's nobody here but us," the giantess scolded. "Now go and wash before breakfast." Jack trembled. "I must leave now," he thought. He was halfway down the hall when he heard a squawk. It was a hen with bright golden feathers. "Help," she clucked. "Set me free and I'll lay you golden eggs every morning." Jack scooped up the hen, but then he heard huge footsteps. thundering after him. Uh-oh, what's after him? Fee, fi, fo, fum, roared the giant. I smell the blood of an Englishman, and there he is. Jack raced out the door. He jumped and slid down the beanstalk, down, 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 all the way back to his cottage. Mother, quick, bring the axe, he shouted. Jack's mother swung the axe at the beanstalk. Thwack! It shuddered and shook, and then the giant came tumbling down. Fee, fi, fo! Crash! And that was the end of the giant. Jack hugged his mother tight. Look what I found, he said, and he showed her the golden hen. Oh, Jack, said his mother, I'm so glad you're safe, and you were right about those magic beans. So Jack, his mother, and the golden hen all lived happily ever after, and with lots of golden eggs, they were never poor again. Look, and they have this huge mansion, and they have a pool with a beanstalk water slide, and of course, golden eggs all around. So they really did live happily ever after. All right, now let's get to our Jack and the Beanstalk flannel board. All right, now we are ready for our flannel board, which of course is Jack and the Beanstalk. So once upon a time, there was a boy called Jack. And Jack lived with his mother. And they were very poor. All they had was a cow. One morning, Jack's mother told him to go sell the cow for some gold pieces. So Jack went into town to sell the cow. But instead, he exchanged the cow for some magic beans. Jack went home to show his mother the beans that he has. Jack's mother was very angry, and she threw the beans out the window. The next morning, Jack looked out his window and saw a giant beanstalk. He went outside and started to climb the beanstalk. He climbed up to the sky through the clouds. Jack saw a beautiful castle at the top, and he went inside. Jack heard a voice. Fee, fi, fo, fum! Jack ran into the cupboard. The enormous giant came into the room and sat down. On the table, there was a magic hen and a golden harp. Lay, said the giant, and the hen laid an egg. It was made of gold. Sing, said the giant, and the harp began to sing. Soon the giant was asleep. Jack jumped out of the cupboard, and he took the hen and the harp. Suddenly, the harp sang, Help, master! The giant woke up and shouted, Fee, fi, fo, fum! Jack ran and started to climb back down the beanstalk. The giant came down after him. Jack shouted, Mother, help! Jack's mother came out with the axe and started chopping down the beanstalk. The giant crashed and fell to the ground. Nobody ever saw him again. With the golden harp and the golden eggs, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. And here's all the money they had because of the golden egg and harp. And that's the end of our flannel board story. So wave goodbye to all of our characters. Now let's sing some fun songs. The first song we're going to sing is called I'm a Little Bean, and it's to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot. Alright, so get your little bean. I'm a little bean, small and round, bury me deep into the soft ground. Sprinkle me with water, sunshine too, watch me grow as tall as you. Alright, and our second song is called Jack's Giant, and it's to the tune of B-I-N-G-O. There was a castle in the clouds, in there lived a giant, G-I-A-N-T, 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 giant was his name, see. The giant had a magic goose, it laid eggs all golden, G-O-L-D eggs, G-O-L-D eggs, G-O-L-D eggs, it laid eggs all golden. The giant had a magic harp, alone it played its music, M-U-S-I-C, 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 alone it played its music. Alright, so that is it for our story time. This is our last story time for our summer reading program. And please remember that our summer reading program ends on July 31st. So don't forget to go onto Morley's website and log your reading and your prize choices through the Google Forms, and the links again are on our website. And remember that you can check out all of our Storytime videos and what we're doing through Morley's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And our building is open. Just please remember that patrons 3 years old and up are required to wear masks the entire time they're in the building, and patrons 15 years old and younger have to be accompanied by a parent or guardian. We are still doing our grab and go activity kits. This is the last week, so remember to come on to the second floor and pick up your activity kits to go with our story times. And if you have not picked up your summer reading bags, we still have those on the second floor. If you're not comfortable coming into the building, you can call up to the children's floor and we will run down your bags, your activity kits, whatever it is you want, to the drive-through window for you to pick up. And you can check out from our physical building, but again, if you're not comfortable, you can still use the drive-through window, or if you just want online materials, you can use Hoopla, Overdrive, and the Libby app. Alright, that is it for our story time today, so I hope you all had a lovely time with our summer reading program, and I will hopefully see you soon. Alright, goodbye!